if your erections aren't as strong as they used to be, if your energy crashes halfway through the day, if intimacy isn't something you're avoiding by choice, but because your body just isn't showing up the way it used to, then listen up. Because the issue might not be your age, it could be something way more simple and totally fixable. A deficiency in 3 essential vitamins. Yes, just 3. Your body may be quietly begging for them, and not getting enough could be the exact reason you're feeling off. Hey, I'm Dr. Lauren Monroe. I've spent over 20 years helping men over 60 reclaim their strength, energy, and confidence, not just in the bedroom, but in every part of life. And what most doctors won't tell you is this. Most men your age don't have a desire problem. They have a blood flow problem, a hormone imbalance, a stamina issue. And the fix? It's often not a pill. It starts on your plate. Now, before we get into the 3 key vitamins, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me where you're watching from. It's always inspiring to see men from all over the world taking charge of their health. All right, let's dive in. Because in just a few minutes, I'm also going to reveal the biggest mistake most men make with these vitamins and how to avoid it starting tonight. And hey, if this message speaks to you, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 and tell me what I can do better to help you. 1. Vitamin D, the circulation spark plug. Let's begin with vitamin D, often called the sunshine vitamin, but for men over 60, it's a whole lot more than that. Think of it as your body's ignition switch, the spark that helps turn the engine over and gets everything moving again, especially when it comes to blood flow and natural performance. Now here's the truth. When you were younger, your body made vitamin D almost effortlessly. You stepped outside, spent some time in the sun, and that was enough. But as you age, your skin's ability to produce vitamin D from sunlight decreases, sometimes by as much as 50%. Add in cloudy days, time spent indoors, or even sunscreen, and you've got a recipe for deficiency. I still remember a patient named Paul. He was 67, thoughtful, emotionally connected to his wife, but deeply frustrated. He told me, "Doc, the desire is still there, but the performance just isn't." That's something I've heard from hundreds of men over the years. And very often, when we check their labs, their vitamin D is dangerously low. Why does that matter? Because vitamin D is directly tied to the production of nitric oxide, a critical molecule that tells your blood vessels when to relax and expand. Without enough nitric oxide, your blood can't flow where it needs to, not to your heart, your brain, and definitely not to the parts of your body that define intimacy and masculinity. Now here's the scary part. Research shows that nearly half of adults over 60 are deficient in vitamin D, and they don't even know it. They might eat relatively well, take walks, feel fine one day, and sluggish the next, but underneath, their circulation is quietly breaking down, and it doesn't stop with blood flow. Low vitamin D is also linked to fatigue, muscle weakness, even depression, all symptoms that steal your quality of life. So if you've been feeling off, dragging through your day, or avoiding intimacy, not because you want to, but because your body isn't keeping up, this could be why. So what can you do? First, if you live somewhere sunny, get outside in the morning. 15 to 20 minutes of direct sunlight can help top off your levels. No sunglasses, no sunscreen, just pure natural light on your skin. Second, eat more foods rich in vitamin D, like salmon, mackerel, sardines, fortified dairy, and eggs. These won't completely fix a deficiency, but they help. And third, and this is important, consider taking a high-quality vitamin D3 supplement, not D2. D3 is the active form your body actually uses. Most men benefit from somewhere between 2,000 and 5,000 IU daily, but always check with your healthcare provider before starting. I've seen patients who were exhausted, disconnected, struggling in their relationships, completely turn things around just by fixing their vitamin D levels. Their blood flow improved, their confidence came back, and most importantly, they felt like themselves again. And that's the point. Vitamin D isn't just a nutrient, it's a lifeline, one your body desperately needs, especially now. 2. Vitamin B12, the energy generator. Now let's talk about the second key player, vitamin B12, the energy generator your body can't do without. B12 is like fuel for your engine. Without it, your system slows down. You feel mentally foggy, physically tired, emotionally flat, and no matter how much sleep you get, you wake up feeling just as tired as the night before. One patient who really stands out was Robert. He was 72, a retired firefighter, and he came into my office with his shoulders slumped. "Doc," he said, "I sleep 8 hours, I eat 3 meals a day, but I still feel like I'm walking through wet cement. And when it came time to be intimate with his wife, he just didn't have it in him. So what was going on?" We ran some tests and boom, his B12 levels were in the basement. You see, vitamin B12 plays a central role in how your body converts food into energy. It helps make red blood cells. Those are the cells that carry oxygen to every tissue in your body, including your muscles, brain, and sexual organs. Without enough oxygen, your stamina drops, your focus dulls, and even basic movement feels like a chore. And here's the real kicker. Even if you're eating foods high in B12, like meat, fish, or dairy, your body may not be absorbing it. As we age, our stomachs produce less of something called intrinsic factor, a protein your body needs to pull B12 from your food and get it into your bloodstream. So while your diet might look fine on paper, your cells could still be starving for energy. That's why so many older men walk around feeling exhausted, irritable, or emotionally checked out, while all their regular labs come back normal. What their doctor doesn't check, B12. And when B12 is low, you're not just tired, you're vulnerable. Low B12 has been linked to memory problems, mood disorders, and even nerve damage if left uncorrected long enough. It's not something to brush off. So what's the solution? For many men, taking a high-quality B12 supplement in the methylcobalamin form, the active version your body can actually use, makes all the difference. And for men who are severely deficient, doctor-administered B12 injections can get results faster. You don't need to wait months to see a change either. Some men feel better within a week or two, more alert, more energetic, more motivated to reconnect with their partners and with life. That's the power of fixing a B12 deficiency. You're not just restoring energy, you're turning the lights back on in your body and brain. And remember, B12 isn't optional, it's essential, especially after 60. 3. Vitamin E, the fertility defender. Now let's dive into the third and often ignored key to lasting vitality, vitamin E. Most people think of vitamin E as a skin vitamin, something in anti-aging creams or maybe something women need more than men. But the truth, vitamin E is one of the most critical nutrients for men's health, especially after 60. It's not just about skin, it's about survival, hormones, blood vessels, even fertility. I had a patient named James, 70 years old, retired airline pilot, lived a clean life. He ate well, exercised regularly, and did all the right things. But he told me, "Doc, I don't feel like a man anymore. My energy's low, my drive's down, and I'm not bouncing back the way I used to." He wasn't weak. He wasn't lazy. He was missing a crucial piece of the puzzle: vitamin E. Vitamin E is a natural antioxidant, and here's what that means. Every day, your body is exposed to oxidative stress. It's like rust forming inside your body. Pollution, processed food, lack of sleep, stress, it all adds up, and over time, it damages your blood vessels, weakens your circulation, and interferes with testosterone production. Vitamin E helps clean that up. It keeps your blood vessels flexible and healthy, so they can expand and contract properly, sending blood exactly where it's needed during moments of arousal. Remember, erections aren't just about desire, they're about blood flow, and if your vessels are stiff or inflamed, performance will suffer. But that's not all. Vitamin E also helps regulate testosterone. And when your testosterone starts slipping, which is common after 60, it affects everything. Your mood, your motivation, your ability to build muscle, even your confidence in everyday life. So, how do you get more of it? Simple. Eat foods like almonds, sunflower seeds, spinach, olive oil, avocados, even some fish. These are rich in natural vitamin E. But if your diet isn't consistent, or if you want to make sure you're getting enough, a high-quality natural vitamin E supplement can fill in the gaps. Avoid synthetic versions. They often miss the full spectrum your body needs. When James made the change, it didn't take long. He came back a few months later, looked me in the eye, and said, "Doc, I feel whole again." And that's what we're after, not just a stronger body, but a stronger sense of self. Vitamin E helps protect that, quietly, powerfully. So now the big question, what happens when you combine all three? Let me tell you about Walter, 68, retired coach, active guy. He'd tried D, then B12, then E, but when he started taking all three consistently, he walked into my office beaming. "Doc, I feel like I've got a new engine." That's the power of synergy. Vitamin D improves blood flow. Vitamin B12 boosts red blood cell production to carry oxygen. Vitamin E protects your blood vessels and supports testosterone. Together, they form what I call the vitality triangle: circulation, energy, and hormones working in sync. And when those three things align, you start to feel like you again. Sharper, stronger, more present with your partner, your kids, your life. But here's the problem. Most men never get to that point. Why? Because they're making one critical mistake. Gerald came into my office one day, 74, educated, motivated, and dumped a bag of supplements on my desk. "Doc, I've been taking these for months. Why am I not feeling better?" Because like so many men, Gerald was using low-quality synthetic vitamins that his body couldn't absorb. Here's what you need to know. For B12, use methylcobalamin, not cyanocobalamin. For vitamin D, always choose D3, not D2 for vitamin E. Avoid synthetic blends. Go natural. Also, consistency matters. Taking a vitamin once a week isn't going to cut it. Your body needs rhythm, daily support, a steady plan. When Gerald made the switch, quality forms taken consistently, his energy came back. His focus improved. His words, "I feel like a man again." That didn't come from trying harder. It came from doing it right. So how do you build this into your life without turning it into a chore? When I work with older men, the first thing they ask is, "Doc, just tell me what to do. Simple, no fluff." And I respect that, Because at this point in life, you're not looking for trends. You want what works. Take Frank, 66, former carpenter. He struggled with low energy, bad sleep, no drive. We gave him a basic routine. Morning, full glass of water plus B12 with a protein-rich breakfast. Post-breakfast, 15-minute walk in the sun for vitamin D. If cloudy, supplement with high-quality D3 during breakfast. Lunch, almonds or sunflower seeds, plus olive oil over a salad for vitamin E. That's it. No crazy changes, just consistency. Within weeks, he had more energy, slept better, and felt like himself again. Not his 25-year-old self, but his best 66-year-old self. Because the truth is, it's not about chasing youth. It's about showing up for your life today. If you've made it this far, I want to say this, not as a doctor, but as someone who sat across from men like you for more than 20 years. You are not broken. You're not weak. You're still fighting, and that matters. These 3 vitamins, D, B12, and E, aren't just nutrients. They're tools to help you reconnect with your strength, your focus, your identity. You still have time to feel stronger, to reconnect, to be you, fully, boldly, unapologetically. Now it's your move. You can let this message sit on a shelf, or you can act on it. So if this video helped, hit that like button. Share it with a brother, a friend, anyone who needs to hear this. Leave me a comment below. What resonated with you most? And if you'd like to support this channel, consider a small donation. It helps us create better videos and reach more men. Before you go, tell me where you're tuning in from. I read every comment, and it means the world to connect with you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.